Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode number 20 in the book of 1 John. Today's title is Eternal Life Only Starts Today. Subtitle, Eternal Life Starts Now, so enjoy it. All right, so make no mistake about it. What you do and what you believe about Jesus demonstrates what you have already done and what you have already believed about the Father. And to state that I follow God or I obey God or I like God without Jesus in the mix and following Jesus makes God a liar. We mostly talked about that yesterday. And in so doing, we can accuse God, quote unquote, of not being of the truth by rejecting the truth that he has already borne to us at great cost, and that is Jesus. So here's the verse from today. This is in chapter 5, the last chapter of 1 John, verses 11 and 12. Here's verse 11. And this is the testimony that God gave us eternal life, and this life is in his Son. Let me point out a way that I'm interpreting that passage, or I'm going to teach about that passage today. And this is the testimony that God gave us eternal life. So he's talking about a quantity of days, let's say, quantity of life. And this life is in his Son. And that is the quality of the life. So you either have the Son or you don't have the Son. Here's verse 12. Whoever has the Son has life. Whoever does not have the Son does not have life. And verse 12 is pointing us to that having the Son, this is the good stuff of life. John 10:10, same author, different book, 30 or 40 years before. In John 10:10, he said, I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. John is all about this life. So I was thinking about one of our most precious gifts, which is the physical gift of our life. And it seemed, we see how precious it is in life and death moments. And the person ultimately just trying to preserve that life and tries to stay alive. And I think of two things come to mind. One is the heroic effort of the POWs in World War II and in the Vietnam War, where, at all costs, they just try to stay alive. The other one is survival stories. I was thinking of Ernest Shackleton and the endurance through Antarctic, trouble. And then that idea is kind of flipped upside down by our befuddlement at people who kind of purposefully put their life at risk. I was thinking about the sport of free solo climbing, which I find absolutely fascinating, probably because of the way that, their lives are put at risk. Okay, so John chapter 1, verse 3 and 4 says that all things were made through him, and without him, this is talking about Jesus, was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. So we love life in general. We love its quantity and we love its quality. And we have institutions on this planet that are fully committed to the preservation and protection and development of life. First that comes to mind is the family. Even the military could be put in that category. And then the big one is a whole medical system and health system where we work on external life. So quantity of life is everyone is eternal. Here's the thing about this, is everybody has eternal life. If you just say, how many days do you have? Everybody is eternal. Everybody is created eternally in a days, in a quantities sort of way. But internally, think about this. Everybody lives somewhere, and everybody lives forever with someone. So we live in some place and with some person. So I think what the passage is mostly talking about is not the quantity of the days, but the quality of our days. And our decisions here carry over, and not all days are available to change one's mind. So the quality of eternal life, everybody has eternal life, but the quality of eternal life is here defined. And having life with the Son. So don't be that guy who gets eternally what he's been asking for temporarily or temporally, or demonstrating that he's asked for a life that is separated from God. Don't be that guy. So what you ask for here, you're going to get there. So we all have a quantity of life, but the quality of life is what we're going to get there, either with the Son or without the Son. So eternal life, the quality of eternal life, is this relationship with Jesus. And it can start and then last by making decisions today. So eternal life starts now. And said most dramatically, is eternal life only starts today. Why is that? Well, we only have today to decide because we don't know if we're going to have tomorrow. So eternal life, think about this, all the way down the river of time. Eternal life, what you do today affects what you get, 10,000 years from now. So eternal life starts now. And the emphasis of this passage is this good quality of life that we can have with Jesus, and contrary, the bad quality of life without Jesus. So life without God, with a hardened heart, that also starts now. So don't be that guy. So don't be that person that separates himself from this life with God eternally. So what we are speaking of here is mostly invisible. I realize that. Faith is belief in something we don't see, in a person of God that we haven't yet met with in a face-to-face sort of way. Yet, and this is what stumps everybody, that it's this, the person we are describing is present. God is present. Jesus is real. He's ongoing. He's practical. He's the most valuable thing. And the relationship that has already started is going to go on for the rest of this life and in all of the next life. So this is eternal life. It comes to us only one way, that's through Jesus, and only on one day, which is today. So join me today as we enjoy this first day of eternal life. This is the good stuff. It's eternal life. It's life with the Son. It starts now. Eternal life only starts today. Join me in turning our hearts to Jesus.